it's Laurel here. Hey, I had one subscriber request that instead of just doing a flip through with what I've drawn or created in my bullet journal, that I actually take you through step by step and show you what I'm doing. This was a tiny bit intimidating for me because I'm not quite like some of the other bullet journalers that you see out there that just bring out their calendar or their bullet journal and just whip it out and do their lettering really fast. Like you'll see here, I've hit the undo button a lot. I redo things. I fix things. So you're just going to see that, and that's kind of how I work. So anyways, I'm writing this out in script, and then I'm going to go and darken all the downstrokes. And again, you'll see me undoing and redoing a lot, but that's how I work. This calendar grid that you saw me plop into my bullet journal is a calendar grid I created for when I had 100 subscribers. I gave away some freebies. You can still get those freebies if you want, and I will go ahead and link those down below. So anyways, I put that calendar grid into my Morpholio journal, and now I'm just finishing the title lettering for the month of October. I'm using the color palette from like when I click on that square up there that shows the dark orange color now, when I click on that square, it'll take you to the palettes like you just saw, and the color palette that I'm using is called Jewelry Design. And what I've chosen to do is use the deep orange, the burnt orange, as well as a deep gold, yellow, and then just a little bit of black. So I'm just creating a few simple leaves here. I'm just finding lately that my page designs, they just work better when they're simple and rather than super fancy right now because I'm so busy. So what I'm doing now is just writing in the days of the week for you, and then I'm going to go back with that deep orange, that deep orange color, and I'm going to fill in all of my, or wait, no, I don't know if I'm using that. Yeah, I am using that orange color, and I'm filling in my date, my number dates for each square. And then what I'll go and do in a minute here is just, I'll put a little yellow square around each of my numbers. Not getting too fussy, and then I probably won't write a lot more on the calendar. I'm going to have a separate page for events and appointments and all those other types of things here in a minute. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through here in a minute, and you'll see my phone come out, getting that deep orange color again, and I'm going to find a quote about October, and I ended up finding a quote by A.A. Milne, which I'm going to start writing out here in cursive or brush lettering or however you want to say it, and eventually I'm going to be doing the same thing that I did with my title. I'm going to go through and fill in the downstrokes on each of my letters to make it look like that faux calligraphy. A couple of the words I'm going to put in that deep yellow. You can see that I misspelled summer, and I went back and fixed it off camera, but anyways, again, this is kind of the nature of how I work. I make lots of mistakes, I go back and fix them, and then I move on from there. So the quote says, "The end of the summer is not the end of the world. Here's to October," I think is what it says. Yeah. So I'm going to do that, and then, going back and darkening those outer edges, those downstrokes of each of those letters. I guess I just did it for the word summer and for the word October. It looks like I'm leaving the rest of the cursive just as it is, and I'm adding in just a few small little leaves here for to tie in with the decorations, the leaves I did at the top. So that's what we're doing there. And then let's see here. Then I added some little yellow dashed lines. I went to the line tool and got the yellow dashed line and put that all the way around the quote. And you guys, if you want to see anything, if you want to get a better look at these, I will have each of the pages that I create here on the screen at the end of the video, and then you can also go to my blog and take a look at what I've done there. So now I'm going to the other page, and I just have found that rather than trying to put my events and stuff into the calendar grid on the left side, I prefer writing out my appointments and events and other things over here on the second page, and just writing them out in date order. So I'm putting events and appointments here at the top, and I'm going to go through and darken those downstrokes again, make it look like the faux calligraphy for this title. And so yeah, the word appointments was kind of, it's a longer word obviously, so I put that one down below and then just made the word events fit up at the top better, because that was, it looked a little better to my eye when I was done. Okay, so I'm just, again, just finishing my title up here. And then let's see here, yeah. So anyways, I'm going to put dash lines again around my title. I picked the one I think that has dashes and dots for that one, and it's in the line tool at the top of the page. Then I'm just freehand. I was going to do it with a ruler, but I've just decided that I like to have freehand lines on my pages rather than ones that look so straight. And then I just created a little spot for the page numbers there on the corner. And then let's see. In the next part of this, sorry, got my head stuck in the shots. I left some pages. I created some pages that I can just put my other weekly spreads in. I'm not going to show you every weekly spread here because it gets, I kind of don't like to do all those pages at once, because I really just want to do them a week at a time when that week hits me. And so I'm just doing the first week of October here. Again, writing that out in cursive. So I'm going to create my first weekly spread of the month. So after, I'm going to create this title, and then I'm going to go back in and darken the downstrokes, make it look like calligraphy again. And let's see here. I think at some point I was working with different pen tips, I was working with different colors, but I just decided I really just wanted to keep this. I didn't want to try and put like a fill in the downstrokes of the letters with different colors. I was just going to stick with that orange, so that's what I'm going to go ahead and do here. Fill those out. And I think as I went along here, I just decided to keep this page spread a teensy weensy bit smaller. No, not smaller, simpler, and just as a simple page design. So anyways, I got that one done. And then let's see. So now I'm creating the grid. I'm just going to create a line down the center horizontally and vertically on each side of the page. And then I'm going to make another line where I can put each of the days of the week in there. I'm going to start writing those out. Yeah, just using regular black. So yeah, the days of the week and the number date. And then, yeah, I'm going to keep going with that and fill that all out. Yeah, right now I'm just keeping things a little simpler. September and October were really crazy for me. I didn't even get any journaling done in September, which kind of makes me sad, but some months you just have to go with what works, and right now keeping my spreads pretty simple is what's working best for me here. So, and then you'll see again that I wrote out the word notes with one style of lettering and then decided it just wasn't working for me, so I went ahead and used this long, stretchy, cursive script here for what I was doing. And then I'm just going to go through and create some lines using that deep orange. It's for me to write in my events and my chores and everything else. And there are my little spaces for numbers, my page numbers right there at the bottom of the page. So anyways, that's coming along. And then from here, I'm trying to decide what I want to do to make this look a little bit, have a little more pizzazz. So I picked the dash line tool, the dotted line, and I'm going back with that deep yellow, squiggling it up, just making some little squiggly lines there with some loops, because I thought that was fun. Just finishing that little touch off there. And then, yeah, from here, it's just deciding how much do I want to add to this page. I drew a little orange leaf down there, you can see, so trying to decide what other things I want to add to this without making it look too busy. So yeah, I think I just added another little leaf there, and let's see, did I do the same thing on the other side? Try and remember. Or did I just go down the sides of the page? So anyways, and then from here, I kind of was thinking about what to do in here if I wanted to do these little leaves. So I went ahead and put, looks like I'm sticking with the orange and just adding some leaf accents to each of the days of the week, just to keep with that theme that I've kind of got going here. And then, yeah, I'm just finishing that up really fast. So anyways, let's see. Yep, just keep working. You can see, again, I stop and start a lot. Erase, go back, fix things. There's a nice little yellow leaf on the with the word notes and everything. And then from here, I'm just thinking about what else am I gonna do? So I'm adding some yellow lines down the side and along the bottom to give that some more visual interest. And then switching back to that same color in the jewelry design palette. Looking for that. And then I think I went down with a skinny little orange line at first, just to see how that looked. And then I'm just, some of these sections here where I had some dead space, I'm just filling in with the orange, again, to add a little bit more contrast against some of those yellow lines that I've got there. Because, yeah, it looks like I went through and erased the orange lines that I put down each side of the page and just stuck with the yellow ones. Instead, I went and put them in. I put those dotted lines in each of the boxes for the days of the week. And then this one, I feel a little funny putting this one in. This is just my October memories. And since it was early in the month when I did this, there was really not much on this page to show you. Because I kind of fill it in as I go, or like I do it at the end of the month after I get everything figured out. So I just put my page number spaces in there. And then what I'm going to do, I think, is just take a thick orange pen and use that orange color down the side and create a kind of a fun border. Then I'm going along with the black to outline that. And then what I'm going to do, I think, is, oh, sorry, I got the head in there. I'm going to draw a few little leaves on that page later. So anyways, I went back to my calendar page and my appointments page because I thought it needed something. And so I'm taking, I believe, yeah, the deep orange, and I'm doing a thick dashed line down the side. Again, you can find these tools at the top, at the toolbar in your folio journal. And then, what am I doing here? Oh yeah, I added these little swirls just under the day of the week on my weekly spread, just because I thought it needed a little more of something. It just wasn't doing it for me to be plain on its own. So, and that was that. And then eventually I'm going to take and add those little swirls to some of the letters in my title, just to kind of tie everything in and make it look a little more cohesive, but still hopefully not too busy. So here I am back with my monthly October memories, and I'm going to start filling this one in. I decided to bring that orange color, that deep yellow color up to the top as well. And then I went back to that deep orange, and I'm drawing some little leaves all down the side of my October memories page. And this is probably going to be it, because when I fill in my pictures that I'm going to draw for my October memories, this page is going to get quite a bit busier. So I want to keep that more simple. And let's see, so now I'm back to my events and appointments page. And I'm just adding a few little more leaves in there, just to kind of tie it into the left side of the page, because that's what I'm thinking looks good here. And I'm just about getting done. So you guys, again, if you want to see a better look at all these pages, you can visit my blog, which I will have linked below. And also I have thrown in an extra page, an extra spread, another weekly spread that I got done, so you guys can see that. So anyway guys, thanks for watching. We'll talk to you later. Bye.